Hey guys, Florin here. In today's video I'm going to show you how I created this Netflix mobile navigation or side navigation, or how do you want to call it. So when we click here on the hamburger menu, the nice menu slides in from the left in a smooth transition, and it has 3 layers. And when we click the X, it goes smoothly out. So let's see how we can do this. Alright, so here we have a new CodePen project. First, let's add the logo and the text underneath here in the center. So we have image, and I have here the PNG file. Okay. Boom. Oh, that's pretty big. Let's add a class so we can target it in the CSS. Call it Netflix logo. And underneath, let's add a p tag with Netflix text class and say mobile navigation, something like that. All right, let's make it smaller and center it. So Netflix logo, add a max weight of 160 pixels to it or something like that. Okay, perfect. So let's center it. On the body, we add display flex, align at the center, and justify content center. Make it a flex direction column. Add it a height, 100 viewports height, and remove the margin. Be more in the center. Oh, okay. And also let's style the text quickly. Netflix text. Text decoration. Text transform. Case. Okay, yeah, I don't like the font, so let's add the font here. I have the link. All right, and add it to the body. Font family. Okay. Perfect. So now that's out of the way. Let's create the hamburger menu. So we have a button, the class on it. Let's say Netflix nav btn. All right, and we're also going to use the font awesome icon. So F8 bars on the I tag, something like that. Okay. In the meantime, let's add the font awesome library so we can see the icon. Perfect. Oops, yeah, I forgot to dash here. Okay, let's place it here in the top corner. So we have Netflix nav btn. That was the class, right? Yeah, nav btn, and make it position fixed, top 10 pixels, left 10 pixels, something like that. Also for some visuals, let's remove the border, remove the background, transparent like that, and add a font size 20 pixels on it. Okay, to make it bigger. Alright, now let's focus on those panels on the left. We're going to have 3 panels. So Netflix 3 panels, or navs, or how do you want to call it. Netflix nav times 3, and all of them will be one inside the other. So like that. Alright. Great. And to differentiate between them, because we're going to have 3 colors, you can say Netflix nav black, red, and white, like that. And here we're going to have the content. Perfect, it goes here now, but we're going to change that. So let's add the colors. let me quickly grab the CSS class here. First I'm going to add the colors, and then we can focus on the positioning and the sizing and all that. So we have the black one, the red one, and the white one, like that. And for the colors, I have them here. For the black, we have that. For the red, we have the Netflix red color. And obviously for the white, we have white. The white is on top of the red one, and the red is on top of the black one now. So now let's position them, because they're here, this position static, so we want them to be position fixed. And we have this common class on all of them, Netflix nav, so let's use it. We have Netflix nav, and we added position fixed on top 0, on left 0, also a height of 100 port heights. Alright, and now they are here. So the black one will be the wrapper for the red one, and the red one the wrapper for the white one. Okay, so let's add on the black one a width of 60%. Then the red one will be 95%, and the white one will be also 95%. So you'll be able to see this if we add a transform translate x0 for now. So you can see the black one is 60%, then the red one is 95% of the black one, and the white one 95% of the red one. We have here transform 0 at the moment, but this will be changed to 100% minus 100%, so we will go out of the way when it's not visible. And then when we add Netflix nav visible class on it, it will be translate x0. For now, let's leave this to 0 so we can see what we're going to style in it, in the white nav. So instead of the content here, we're going to have another icon. Let me add here the icon, and we're going to have another button, but this time it won't be the hamburger one, but it will be close one. And we don't want this to be position fixed. So if you remember, here we styled the Netflix nav button to be position fixed and top and left, but we want to have only one of them. The hamburger menu we want to be position fixed, and the times one, the close one, we want to be dependent on the white nav here. So for that, let's add two separate classes on the buttons. This one can be Netflix open btn, and this one can be Netflix close button. And here in the CSS, instead of adding the position top and left on the both of them, let's just add it for Netflix open btn, so for the open button, like that. And now you can see that the X is static for now. So let's make it position absolute, close, position absolute, and it will be 40 pixels from the top and 30 pixels from the right, like that. And it will be dependent on the white nav, because this white nav is position fixed, so the position absolute will be dependent on the parent element, which is position fixed. Hopefully that makes sense. And it's too dark, so let's make it opacity 0.3 or something like that. Perfect. Let's continue adding the HTML elements. So we have the image, the button, and we need a list. I'm going to copy over the list, move quickly. Here we have a list, Netflix list class, and then we have some links inside it. And in the list item, we have another list with some items just to be pushed here in the right. Okay, let's style it quickly, and then we can focus on the animation. On the white panel, let's add some padding to center it a little bit nicer. And I forgot to add a very important CSS property, box sizing, border box. Now we can see the other two navs. Okay. So this padding property, align the icon, and all that's left to do here is to style the list. So let's do that. Netflix list, have a padding of 0, and let's remove those bullet points with list style type none. Then the Netflix list items will have a margin on 20 pixels 0. Oops, I think I misspelled net. Yeah, Netflix list. All right, like that. And for the anchor tags, we're going to have a color RGB 34, 31, 31, like that. A font size of 40 pixels. Remove the text decoration and add the text transform uppercase. Perfect. And one more thing here, for the list inside the list, we're going to remove the list style type again, and we're going to have a padding left of 20 pixels. Okay, so that looks better now. All that's left to do now is to link these buttons in JavaScript. When we click them, we want to hide and show the panels. And then lastly, we're going to add the animation on it. Okay, so let's do the JavaScript quickly. We need to target 3 things. So we have the Netflix open btn, the Netflix close, close btn, and then we have the Netflix navs. Okay, let's add const in front of them, and these two have document query selector Netflix open btn. This one will be close btn, and this one would be query selector all Netflix nav. So this is the open button, the close button, and these are all the navs. On the open btn, we're going to add an event listener for the click. Here we're going to add the visible class, and then we're going to have the close btn, where we're going to remove the visible class. And for that, let's loop over the Netflix navs. For each nav element, we can add the class list, add to the class list the visible class. And same here, but instead of adding, we remove it. Okay, let's see if that works. But first, let's add back this -100%. So we can see it toggle. Oops, it doesn't work. Why not? Alright, so apparently I found the bug. Here I mistyped Netflix. So it's Netflix nav.visible. So let's see if this works now. Perfect. So we can see the navs appearing and disappearing. Awesome. All that's left to do is to add the animation on top of them. So we're going to have a general transition on all of the three navs, which are going to target the transform property. It will run for 0.3 seconds and it will be easing out. Okay, let's see how that works now. Oops, you can see that it animates, but it's not quite right. And that's because we want to have a little bit of delay between the three panels. So on the black one, we want to have a transition delay of 0.4 seconds. And on the red one, we want to have a transition delay of 0.2 seconds. Let's see how that works. Ooh, look at that, how smooth. Oops, there's an issue there. So when we close it, it's smooth, but when we open it, it's not. So what's the problem? Well, that's because we have to add a separate transition delay for the navs when they are on the visible state. So let me show you how to do that. For the black one, when it's visible, we want to have 0 delay, like that. And for the white one, when it's visible, we want to have 0.4 seconds delay. Transition delay. Let me copy this over, like that. So basically they have two states, visible and hidden. And now when we close it, it's the animation we had before, but when we open it, you can see it's reversed. So here the white panel starts first and then the black one has a little bit of delay because the visible class is removed. So let me open it again. So now we have the visible class, but when we click the X, it's removed. So this line of code is run. So the black one has a delay and the white one doesn't. See, because it picks up the transition from here. But then when it's hidden and we click the button, the hamburger button, the black one has transition delay 0 instead. And the one in the middle, the red one, has 0.2 always, so when it's visible and when it's not. It might be a little bit confusing, but if you don't understand, you can play around with the numbers and you'll figure it out. So we have basically two reverse animations. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Let me know also if you want me to cover something else. If you like it, give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye!